먼저. Good evening. My name is Diego Garcia Rivera, and it is an honor for me to welcome students, parents, honored guests, faculty and staff, and friends of the graduating class of 2020. Yep, sorry about that. Good evening, and welcome to the Eustis High School class of 2023 commencement exercises. This ceremony is being live streamed so that the family and friends who are not in attendance may also share in this wonderful experience. Graduation is a highly dignified ceremony, and tonight we are proud to honor not just your special student, but 329 other special students as well. In an effort to make this graduation as respectful and successful as possible, we ask that you assist us with a few ceremonial procedures. First, we understand that you will cheer and support your graduate. However, we do ask that you be considerate of the other graduates whose names are being called. Second, we ask that you do not stand in aisleways or block the view of those behind you. Lastly, we ask that you remain in the stands and do not come onto the track or field to take photos during the ceremony. Your student will have their photo taken by a professional photographer while they are receiving their diploma. After the ceremony, you will be able to come onto the field and take as many photos as you'd like. Thank you in advance and enjoy your evening. Next, we will have presentation Posting of Colors by AFJRROTC, the Pledge of Allegiance by Sydney Niles, our senior class vice president, and the singing of the national anthem by Nevaeh Wallace.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you sing by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. You may be seated.
Good evening. It is an honor for me to welcome students, parents, honored guests, faculty and staff, and friends of the graduating class of 2023. As the proud principal of Eustis High School, I am thrilled to be standing here with all of you. I am especially thrilled and honored to look out at all of the wonderful individuals who collectively represent the class of 2023. Tonight, we are honored to have on stage with us school board member Stephanie Luke, Superintendent of Lake County Schools Diane Cornegie, Regional Executive Director Robert Feltner, and from the great city of Eustis, Commissioner Willie Hawkins. A graduation ceremony is quite a powerful event that brings great joy and evokes intense emotions. This affects all of us, the supporting cast, the folks who believed in you and pushed you at times, the students, some motivated to excel to the top, some driven to meet the requirements, and some who had to dig deep to rise up and overcome challenges. Whatever your path, you are here to close an important chapter of your journey. Yes, you are ending these 4 years as a Panther, but you are embarking on a new beginning. Quoting Emerson, what lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. What lies within us characterizes this class. This class is full of dedication and perseverance, full of talent, capability, and desire to succeed. Abraham Lincoln stated, the best way to predict your future is to create it. I have strong belief in you that you are prepared to go out and create a future filled with success and happiness. At this time, it's my privilege to ask our superintendent, Diane Cornegie, to deliver her message to the Eustis High School class of 2023.
Good evening. It is truly my honor to be with you tonight, and thank you, Mr. Clark, for the invitation to be part of tonight's celebration of the class of 2023. I want to just begin by telling each of you how incredibly proud I am of you. Tonight, I want to share with you a story, and I promise it's a short story. It's a modified version of my favorite children's book, and I've often found in life that children's stories have the best life's messages. And I think it's true in this one. It's called The Spyglass by Richard Paul Evans. So the story tells of a once beautiful kingdom that had fallen into despair. The once gorgeous buildings were crumbling, and the fields were barren, and the people of the kingdom, they were poor. Not only poor of things, but they were poor of spirit. There was a young king who ruled over this kingdom, and he spent his time alone in his dark and dreary castle. He wouldn't leave because he had grown so weary of the complaining of the subjects. But one day there was a knock at the castle door, and the king, because he was alone, opened the door himself, and there stood an old man. And the old man asked with surprise, "You are the king of this kingdom?" The king replied, "Yes, but you don't look much like a king in your torn and dirty robe living in this dreary castle." The king replied, "Well, you see, I am the king of a poor kingdom. We were once a great kingdom, but all that has changed." "Well, why do you not change back?" the old man asked. "We tried, but we always fail," said the king. So the old man told the king, "If you give me dinner and a place to sleep, in the morning I will show you why you failed." So the king agreed, and the next morning the old man took the king to the castle balcony, and he handed him a magical spyglass. And when the king looked through it, he saw beautiful gardens and a field full of wheat. He saw people dancing and singing, and he told the old man, "Yes, I've seen this kingdom. It's the kingdom to the east. What's the big deal? I've seen it before." But the old man told him, "No, look again." And when he did, the king recognized the hills and the buildings and realized that it was his kingdom that he was looking at. You are a wizard, he said to the old man. No, it is no trick, he applied. But when the king put the spyglass down, he realized that nothing had actually changed. Everything is still the same, he told the old man. No, said the old man, because change requires work, but one must see before doing. You have seen what might be. Now go and make it so. And he told the king, you can keep the spyglass, and in 2 harvests I will be back to get it. So the king, who was inspired by what he had seen, got on his horse and he rode out into the kingdom, and he came to some villagers sitting outside of a garden. The garden was overrun with weeds, and the once stunning fountains were broken. Why do you not use the garden? The king asked a woman. It is not fit, she replied. So it is not, but it could be. And the king gave the spyglass to the woman. She saw the garden as it once was, with flowing fountains and beautiful grass and flowers, and others looked through the spyglass as well. It is an amusing device, but of no use, said one man. No use indeed, said the king, and with that he got on his hands and knees and he began pulling the weeds until he had uncovered a large marble statue of an angel. The people stared in awe, and seeing what the king was doing, they too began to get on their hands and knees and help pull the weeds. And with the people busily at work, the king mounted his horse and he said to them, you have seen what might be, now go and make it so. The king rode further down the road and came to a farmer sitting on the edge of a field. What is wrong? He asked the man. I can't grow enough to feed my family and we are hungry. The king handed him the spyglass and he said, behold your farm. It is sorcery, the man yelled. No, you have seen what might be, now go and make it so. So the story continues with the king going throughout the kingdom, showing the people what might be, and those who looked with wonder and hope were inspired to do the work necessary to make what they had seen a reality. And later that year, there was a plentiful harvest with music and dancing in the streets. Old buildings were repaired and new cathedrals were built. And after 2 harvests, just like he said, the old man returned to retrieve the spyglass. He hardly recognized the kingdom because so much had changed. The old man smiled and said to the king, you have done well. Yes, he said, look what prosperity the spyglass has brought my people. I will give you all the gold in the royal coffers if I can keep it. But the old man told the king, you no longer need it because you can see without it. How is that possible? The king asked. The spyglass only showed you what could be if you believed, for it was only faith that you lacked. Only if you believe can you see that which is not but can be. And that is why you once failed, but belief and faith is now why you succeed. There is still more work to be done, but you have seen what might be. Now go and make it so. And though the old man was never seen again, the kingdom continued to prosper and became once again the kingdom of old. So, for our stories, as in the story of the spyglass, there are 3 words that I hope you will remember. 3 things that have helped me in my own life story. Number 1 is vision. Have a vision, have a dream. While you may not have a magical spyglass, see without bounds and limits the possibilities that lie ahead of you. Have a plan, have a dream. Number 2, work. Making your dream, your vision a reality will require you to work to make it so. Whether that means going to college, the military, technical college, and or getting a job, you will have to work. It was only when the villagers were willing to get on their hands and knees and pull some weeds were they able to uncover the beauty that was hidden in the garden. And lastly, believe. The author says that faith or belief is the beginning of all journeys. Have faith in yourself. Have faith that if you do the work necessary, your vision will be a reality. Eleanor Roosevelt said that the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Speaking of vision, work, and hope, I want to take a minute to thank the faculty, staff, and administration here at Eustis High. Thank you for seeing the possibilities within each of these amazing students. Thank you for doing the hard work necessary to make this day possible for each of them. And thank you for believing in them and inspiring hope. And to the class of 2023, congratulations, and I want to leave you with this challenge. High school has shown you what might be. Now you go and make it so. And they all lived happily ever after.
Thank you, Superintendent, for the powerful words. What lies within us? So many outstanding individuals represent the success of this class. We can only recognize some of the accomplishments in the time frame of this ceremony. The successes of this class led to more than $2 million in scholarships. Two among the class graduated with an associate degree from Lake Sumter State College. Please stand and be recognized. Samara Coleman and Jesse Bray. Four students among the class graduated with a degree from Lake Technical College. Please stand and be recognized. Travis Carroll, Nathan Flower, Zayden Gilmore, and Vanessa Lopez. And I would like all those young men and women in the class of 2023 who have committed to the armed services to please stand and be recognized at this time. And our prestigious top 10%, please stand and be recognized. And join me in honoring our valedictorian, Samara Coleman. And our salutatorian, Diego Garcia Rivera. We wish you all everything that you so richly deserve in the years ahead. It has been an honor and a privilege watching your progress and success. Parents, on behalf of the teachers, staff, and myself, we thank you for allowing us to share in the lives of these wonderful students. On behalf of the class of 2023 and myself, we thank all of those folks who provided extra supports. Grateful students and parents know how impactful that you have been. Senior class sponsor Anita Ramnarine and grad resource facilitator Frank Scott, Renee Holt and the rest of our guidance team, Andy Zimmerman and our administrative team, all of our influential teachers who worked so hard for all of us. Thank you, folks. And we thank all the other members, the countless members of the Panther family who put their heart and hard work into helping this be such a special evening. And now I have the extreme pleasure of introducing tonight's class of 2023 speakers, Student Government Executive President Jacob Quinones and Senior Class President Jason Santana.
Real quick, I'd like to take my B-reel. You guys want to get in? Perfect. Well, good evening, everyone. Teachers, staff, administration, Principal Clark, Miss Luke, Superintendent Cornegie, Miss Repson? Sorry. Mr. Hawkins, it is truly an amazing day. My name is Jacob Quinones, and I have had the absolute honor and privilege as serving as your class president and now student body president for the past 4 years. You know, it's crazy to think that most of us have known each other since a very young age, sometimes as early as kindergarten. That's 13 years. And so many years of growth. Yeah, I'm still 5'7". Hey, no such thing as too short, though. But over these past years, these last four especially, we've all shared experiences that have molded us into the young men and women we are today. Whether it be cheering in the student section at football games or just messing around in class, we've all gone so close and made so many memories together. And these are the experiences that have gone us through this, that have made it all worth it and so special. Whether it be Mr. Jeffrey on giving one of his famous speeches, Mr. Ligler telling you a joke, or just telling Miss Woody about your day, these little memories are what have helped us throughout all the struggle. But even though high school could be a lot of fun, I know it hasn't been easy for any of us, especially not with Mr. Hobbs' tests. Show of hands. Who has in any way struggled physically, emotionally, or in any other way throughout high school? If you just thought about giving up, I should see more hands. With your hands still raised, I want you to look around you. Notice how each and every one of you has struggled, how everyone has gone through something unique to their individual experience. I want you to think about that and realize where you are right now. Despite all the struggle, the pain, the feelings of weakness and hopelessness, the anxiety, you are here, graduating tonight. You have made it. And I want to highlight the importance of people who help you through that struggle, who believe in you and push you to do better, people who will support you through anything. Not only do I have some amazing friends and family that have done this for me, but I have my greatest role model, my mom. She's been through a lot the past 6 months, and I won't go into too much detail. Some of you guys know. But she's gone through a lot of adversity, and despite what she's going through right now, she has kept on fighting and being the backbone of our family. Now, I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, but to instead be inspired that no matter what obstacles you might be facing right now, you can get through them. You can keep fighting. I want you to be inspired by her and keep fighting, class of 23. And I know this next step forward won't be easy, but you have to make your life what you want it to be. And no matter how hard it gets, never forget to be yourself. I myself am tired about worrying what people think. I think you are too. So do what you want with your life. Don't let other people tell you how to live it. Pursue what interests you. Shoot your shot. Take a chance. There's no point in wasting your time doing things that don't make you happy when you can do things that really matter to you. Tonight is a fresh start for all of you. Any regrets you have or mistakes you've made can be learned from, and you can go on doing better. Start making the most of your days, of your limited time with friends and family. Learn from what you've experienced here in high school and set yourself up for a happier and more successful future. There are no promises in life, so don't waste it. This is your time, class of 2023, the crossroads that can determine the rest of your life. This is your chance to seize the moment and live life how you want to rid yourself of the negative influences, toxic people, harmful lifestyles, and instead embrace change and take a chance at happiness. To live life in the moment and make the most of what you have now. Because frankly, we can all go at any time, and time isn't slowing down for any of us. So now is the time to make that decision for yourself of how you want to live your life and what you want to do. Me personally, I can and will continue to be able to say that I did it my way. Thank you.
Thank you, Jacob. That was awesome. Good evening, fellow graduates, families, and esteemed faculty members. I am Jason Santana, the senior class president of the graduating class of 2023. It has been an honor to serve as your president this year, and I am thrilled that we are finally here. Give me about 3 more minutes because I am so ready to graduate too, guys. I'd like to thank a few people before I begin. Miss Holt, thank you for always being there for all my questions or even just to talk about my day. Mr. Flinner, thank you for lighting a spark for a love of marching band and then fanning that flame, creating what I would consider an absolute monster. And if you guys were at that Lake Mineola game, you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about. I'd also like to thank two of my closest friends, Kenneth and Jake. You guys mean so much to me, and I really do appreciate you guys. more than you guys know. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family for always supporting me and loving me through some of the best and worst moments of my life. And there's so many others I would absolutely love to thank, but Jacob and I promised that we would keep these speeches long enough to cover everything, but short enough to keep them interesting. Class of 2023, today we stand on the cusp of a new journey, ready to embrace the world outside of high school. But before we move forward, I wanted to share something that God had laid on my heart and something that I have been thinking about for quite some time. As I look back on my time in high school, I realize that it's not the big events that have defined my experience. Big moments such as first days of schools, homecoming, or proms mattered to me during my time here at Eustis High School. However, it is often the little things along the way that add up to make our experiences somewhat extraordinary. It's the memories that we often overlook or take for granted that we will cherish the most. Think about the small details that made your day here a great one. Avery says it every morning on the announcements, but what actually made your day great, Panthers? For me, it was the inside jokes, the smiles, and the laughs when someone would drop something in Mr. Hobbs' class. There's a few people who get that one. But the little moments that shaped each and every day played an important role and contributed to our high school experiences and the memories that we hold after this day is over. Also, let's be honest for a minute, guys. As much as we're told to cherish every moment while they're little, I think we can all agree that not every single moment is worth cherishing. Take a moment to think about a small detail that made your day not so great. The late nights of studying, the stress when Mr. Hobbs would say, clear your desks, and the disappointments that come with rejection and failure. Maybe it was someone commenting about how short you are, right, Jacob? These moments impacted us just as greatly, and they may have been tough, but the not so great moments taught us resilience and perseverance. It's also the small victories that have made the biggest difference. The game we won by a narrow margin at Umatilla. Go Panthers. Yeah, exactly. A superior rating your band got at the competition, which was quite a few, right, band? Actually, can I take a second? I want to recognize the band. I feel that sometimes the band does not get the recognition that they deserve. They are one of the best bands here in Central Florida, one of the most successful programs at Eustis High School, and they are just absolutely incredible. And I wanted to give them a moment here. It's not often that a band kid gets a moment like this. Can we give the band a round of applause, please? Thank you, band, for all of my experiences this year. You guys mean so much to me. These small victories make us feel like we can conquer anything, and they have shaped our confidence and determination. And of course, we can't ignore the moments of pure joy and happiness. The great Lord has told us to have joy and rejoice. The Bible says in Psalm 32:11, rejoice in the Lord and be glad, you righteous. Sing you who are upright in heart. God wants us to rejoice in him and gives us the opportunity to have joy in what he has given us. Someone close to me called these joyful moments from him God winks, and I urge you to look for them every day in your own life. So my message to all of you is this: don't underestimate the power of little moments. They may seem insignificant at the time, but they are the building blocks of big memories. They shape who we are and what we become. So embrace the little moments, the conversations, the jokes, the stories, the successes, and the God winks. And let them guide you, class of 2023, to a bright and fulfilling future. Thank you, and long live the class of 2023. I have had the time of my life fighting dragons with you.
Thank you so much, Jacob and Jason, for those fabulous speeches. It is now time for announcing our graduates and the presentation of diplomas.
Samara Brianna Coleman. Diego Garcia Rivera. Caroline Lee Baker. Jesse Stephen Bray. Kendall Paige King. Gabriella Nicole Helms. Diana Jasmine Faree. Lauren Elizabeth Lewandowski. Elise Jaden Verkijk. Jacob Palmer Quinones. Colin Barry Balderson. Javon James Gary. Little pause. Ava Faith Gilbert. Jason Victor Santana. Jaden Amaya Bowers. Isabella Grace Faree. Alexandra Olivia Maxwell. Zoe Lane Stowell. Andrew Thomas DeBragio. Emma Lee Boruski. Katie Lee Andrews. Taylor Nicole Schwartz. Serena Rochelle Lydia Tomlinson. Danielle Grace Marshall. Ishmael Ramos Vaca. Cohen Evion Macias. Isabel Lee Gilbert. Gabriella Brooke Lobsinger. Briley Marie Bublitz. Sydney Elizabeth Niles. Amaria Kiana Brown. I got it. Matthew Christensen Cupak. Ella Joy Stevens. Jack Paul Adams. Lamario Josiah Adkins. Braulio Miguel Adorno Marrera. Seth Colin Anderson II. Edgar Ivan Arias. Lakayla Marie Baca. Josem Ronell Bide Thompson. Adalberto Valderrama Mejia. Joseph Thomas Baldomero. Dominic Julius Beishaw. Michael Wayne Harold Bergen. Scott Andrew Berry. Laura Lee Bizarro. Kylie Leanne Bittner. Lily Madeline Black. Chazwan Brandon Blackman II. James Emery Bowen III. Michael Wayne Bowen. Titus Dwayne Brigham. Aaliyah Marissa Brooks. Amarian Kayvon Brown. Nacy Savannah Brown. Tanagia Ramona Brown. Tishana Tierra Brown. Anthony Burgos. Canaris Vaishon Bynum. Dalton Dasan Cameron. Carlos Adrian Candelario Conde. Andrew Tamarian Dwight Carpenter. Kevin Carr III. Travis Ryan Carroll. Janaya Jolene Carter. Nicholas Adam Casella. Jacqueline Castillo. Jaden Alexander Sendeno. Angel Cervantes. Ariana Chacon Rosas. Alexander Lucas Shaheen. Joseph Christian Charles. Alenia Paulette Chevalier. Angela Nicole Chirino Lopez. Alina Chuikova Mikhailovna. Cole Wesley Climo. Sage Adler Klein. Amari Marquise Collins. Jadiel Jose Colon. Delaney Catherine Como. Jocelyn Johanna Cornejo. Jesus Gerardo Correa Vargas. Skylar Morgan Cosden. Xander Trey Kotz. Andre Clovon Kraft Jr. Caden Matthias Crow. Amari Michelle Cummings. Jacob Theodore Cutlip. Ariel Nicole Davis. Shania Lee Davis. Jeremiah Dawes. Ryan Ruben Del Toro. Christian Isaiah Delgado. Jenny Liz Marie Diaz. Jordan Andrew Driggers. And he's up. Kenneth Lewis Dubois. Mania Lene Duncan. River Aiden Durst. Kyle William Edens. Bryce Mark Robert Ingle. Jeffrey Joyette Epps Jr. Emily Excel Escobedo Rodriguez. Aaliyah Alexandria Eubanks. Joshua Ricardo Feliciano. Matthew Caleb Feliciano. Kareem Felix Rodriguez Jr. Jasmine Nicole Felon. Caden Joseph Finsler. Caleb Matthew Filetti. Brandon James Flory. Jose Inemorio Flores Hernandez. Paola Isabel Flores Ortiz. Nathan Allen Flower. Kiana Ashley Foga. Kimani Alexander Foga. India Chanel Forbes. Jarrell Ford. Kyla Nicole Ford. Vanessa Yvonne Foster. Destiny Lynn Foy. Brendan Allen Brantz. Isaac Maurice Freeman. Cohen William Cleary French. Lily Helene Fretwell. Lexi Grace Galloway. Reyes Gomez Garcia Jr. Jarelis Marie Leon Garcia. Zayden Deshanti Gilmore. Xavier Deshawn Gilmore. Daisy Gomez Gomez. Alan Arath Gonzalez Acosta. Fabiola Del Mar Gordo Acevedo. Keandre Leon Gray. Ramsey Strider Veron Green. Mandolin Rose Green with an E. Anthony Jose Guzman. Dylan Bryce Hammond. Carly Alexander Harris. Lydia Anne Marie Hernandez. Kaylee Aya Hester. Christian Arthur Hewson. Jacob Allen Higgins. Alexis Devon Hogg. Brett Pearson Holcomb. Caleb Michael Hoover. David William Hoover Jr. Isaiah Eugene Huff. Emma Lee Hurley. Andrew Derry Hutter. Peyton Eugenie Alexandra Celine Highland. Haley Cyan Ingram. Jaden Tyler Intriago. Adriana Sarah Irizari. Denasia Tycaria Jackson. Kendall Celeste Johnson. Casey Gail Jackson. Shamaya Joy Johnson. Speed run, guys, sorry. Mensa Atiba Joseph. Jacob William Kellum. Nathan James Kellum. Tyrese Christopher Kennedy. Emily Jane King. Anya Raylan Kluge. Brandon LeBoy. Wilkinson Mark Laguerre Jr. Jason Laguna Sanchez. Eric Alejandro Landrao Soto. Caitlin Elise Laney. Alexandra Nicole Lashinsky. Jared Ashton Lawson. Justin Alexander Lawson. Ethan Keller Ledford. Emerson Ledger. Yasiera Leon. Ariana Marie Liming. Jennifer Michelle Lopez. Vanessa Lopez Montez de Oca. Raymond Daniel Lopez Porto Real. Dayton Nathaniel Main. Sebastian David Manning. Helen Athena Maresca. Myra Giselle Mariscal Casillas. Arlen Henry Martin. Daniel Martinez. Myra Janeth Martinez. Samuel Alexis Martinez Rodriguez. Jennifer Martinez Antunes. Micaiah Tanise Massey. Talton Gage May. Nicole Sophia Masonette. Zanaya Nicole McCoy. Haley Shay McDaniel. Kirsty Lee McDaniel. Brittany Renee McDuffie. Jalen Ray Tyrese McKay. Connor Logan McLean. Kaylee Marie McMenamy. Wesley Allen McPhee. Briseda Medrano Maldonado. Mariana Isabel Mena. Chelsea Leanne Muir. Drayton James Lestat Michael. Ismalisha Michelle. Ismalisha Michelle. Jeanette Grace Miller. Alex Douglas Miller LaBelle. Hunter Dean Mitchell. Joni Autumn Mitchum. Zachary Regan Maureen. Ashley Mota Nevarez. Kaylee Eileen Myers. Valeria Nunez Leon. Ryan Cole O'Neill. Daniela Isabel Orozca. Fernando Padilla. Tyree Cody Patterson. Morgan Pollock. Elizabeth Catherine Peach. Jasmine Perez. Jose Miguel Perez. Caden Blake Pippin. Shayla Ann Pitts. Emily Elizabeth Sky Porter. Nina Michelle Pruitt. Adrian Alberto Puentes. Logan Ray Puskas. Antoine Germain Rabes. Stephen Ramirez Solis. Corey J. Sean Rollins. JC Ray Reeder. Chase Michael Reisman. Nashawn Anthony Rome. George Thomas Rice II. Araceli Yahira Rivera. Kirsten Mackenzie Roberts. Stephen Lynn Rodenberg Jr. Natalie Zaracha Rogers. James Rodriguez. Noel Rodriguez Santiago. Julian Romero. Eric Alexis Romero Medrano. Joseph Christopher Rausch. Melvin Samir Rubio Garcia. Abby Lorraine Rumford. Diana Salgado Figueroa. Thomas Jacob Saliba. Kenya Capria Samuels. Joshua Jair Sanchez. Kimberly Sanchez. Christopher Carmelo Santos. Cindy Jacqueline Santos Hernandez. Natalina Rain Serrano. Leah Silver. Tamia Lee Simmons. Carson Brian Smith. Hayden Lee Smith. New Pearl Royalty N. Smith. Hunter Andrew Snow. Alexia Lynn Socaras. Michaela Dawn Suktio. Abigail May Spilliard. Tyler Matthew Squires. Italy Suarez Mascot. Dontavius Antonio Taylor Jr. Janaya One Taylor. Isaac Boyd Teal. Emma Elaine Testa. Jermaine Tyrell Thomas. Sarai Abigail Torres. Hazel Amadi Torres Chacon. Rain Eve Trainum. Valentina Johanna Trompiz de la Rosa. Isaniah Kishavius Turner. Alexis Renee Ty. Chris Julian Valdez. Isabel Alexandra Vargas. Deanna Vasquez. Joel Vega Jr. Lisette Villanueva Leon. Jamaya Shantoya Teresa Vilos. Guillermo von Wernich. Navaya Christina Michelle Wallace. Nikali Raquel Walters. Renaya Shanae Watson. Courtney Nicole White. Dario Roshando White. Otis White the third. Roan Bailey Whitford. Faith Alexis Witt. Jonas Lewis Wiggins Jr. Carter Jonathan Wilcox. Hold on. And we would all like to recognize Amari Williams. He'd love to be here with his fellow graduates. However, he is representing Eustis High School at the state track finals in Jacksonville. Give him a round of applause. And nothing less, Caden Ray Williams. Jacob Autry Wilson. Jamari Javon Wilson. Thomas Christian Wilson. Wyatt Aiden Cole Winters. Lucas Michael Wishork. Jaden Renee Wolfkale. Jonas Lee Wolf. Colin Lachey Woods. Avani Nicole Wright. Malachi Xavier Darrell Wright. Nathaniel Allen Wergler. Mackenzie Leland Yarrow. Braden Mark Zatstupil. Ivana Valentina Zarit Alvarado.
Class of 2023, please stand. As the principal of Eustis High School, I certify that these seniors have met all of their requirements set forth by the Lake County School Board in the state of Florida. By the power vested in me, I hereby declare you, class of 2023, to be graduates of Eustis High School. We did it.